The first Sunday I went there, this church that Nita had gotten committed to, 3 teenage girls walk in and they pick 4 or 5 transparencies. They started singing, and I remember thinking, they genuinely loved Jesus, but they had no idea what they were doing. And they sang a song and a half, and the pastor had them stop. So I thought, maybe I can help with this. God had helped us build a worship team in this church. I had learned to play guitar, and we had 3 or 4 singers, and we would practice, and then we would do Sundays. God gave me the idea to do a worship night. I asked Benny and the Jaco family to come down and help us with it.
After I did several church planting around Albania, I was asking God, what's next? For centuries, Albania was restricted from the freedom to have their own faith. For more than 500 years, we were under Ottoman Empire, so they forced the Muslim faith to us. From 1945 until 1991, we were under very severe communist dictatorship. Even in 1967, we wrote in our constitution that God do not exist. I am kind of a first generation of worshipers in Albania. And God put in my heart and said, make sure we have a second generation of worshipers. It's a huge responsibility. It was difficult in the beginning because it's kind of pioneering work. We don't have worship books here. Most of the leaderships, they didn't know anything about their worship at all because they got the way they do worship through missionaries. So convincing them that the worship ministry is not just a Sunday event or a prayer event, but it's a ministry that they can use for growing the church and also using as an evangelistic tool.
And what it means is discipling the next generation to understand what worship is, that it's not just getting up in front and singing songs. It's giving God his rightful place, and it's leading, it's creating an atmosphere where the people in your congregation can experience God and have their lives changed.
If we prepare worshipers, we need to prepare them in truth and spirit. You cannot worship somebody that you don't know. You cannot say he is good, he's faithful, he is beautiful, if you don't experience those things in your life.
It grew into worship camp, worship school, worship seminars.
We always teach our students that the music is 0.5% of worship. It's a way of living. The way you smile, the way you speak, the way you do things, the way you live your life. Seeing a young generation coming up, taking charge, taking gifts of worship from our trainings and schools and worship camps and go to their own church and multiplying that is one of the most wonderful things that have been happening through this ministry.